I look at the feed and it's all the same noise. Everyone's got a list, a top 10 or prediction. They're reading you synopsis like you can't read them yourself. We get it, you like anime. Normally I'd scroll, but this time, something is different. It's not just one banger and a few hidden gems, it's a banger every single day. And you are not ready. I mean, I don't think I'm ready. So, let's fix it. Let's figure out what is actually happening. Let's be honest, sometimes you don't want a plot. Sometimes you just want to see hands fly. Remember those old stickman animations on YouTube? No dialogue, no context, just 3 minutes of pure uncut violence. That is Jujutsu Kaisen Season 3. The calling game is basically a tournament bracket from hell, and the cameraman is definitely in on it. We have Hakari versus Kashimo, Maki versus her clan, Yuji against the fucking legal system. Its battles so complex the narrator literally has to pause the fight to explain mechanics, something we haven't seen since Hunter x Hunter, and that says a lot. If you're looking for deep character interactions, come back later. But if you want to see the best fight choreography of the year, played at 2 times the speed, this is your Super Smash Bros. Okay, pause. Your heart rate is at 180. You're gonna have a stroke. Let's get you a blanket. This is where Frieren comes in. In a season full of noise, this show somehow dares to be quiet. If JJK was the Mountain Dew, this is the hot chocolate of the season. Slow walks to admire the scenery, some chill activities with the villagers, and 10-minute scenes of buying groceries. But don't be fooled. If you're a Frieren fan, you already know the silence is just a build-up. You already know that it still hits hard, just not in the face. Maybe in the face too. But until the height of magic launches you into a wall, the journey there is pleasant. Epic fight scenes are a great plus, but most of you aren't watching Frieren for the magic. This show reminds us that our lives are not infinite, and that you should probably call your mom. But maybe you don't want quiet. Fire Force is the literal bass boost of anime, and we are entering the final season. World stakes will reach their peak here, and if you know anything about David Productions and Fire Force, you already know that they won't spare your ears. It will be loud, colorful, and aggressive. And considering that this is a prequel to Soul Eater, we are all watching the credits hoping for that remake announcement. It has to happen, right? Regardless, the world will end here. But what if you want to watch a world that was fake to begin with? What if you want the American dream? For the last 20 years, the Fate franchise has followed a specific rule. Magic must be hidden. Battles happened in Japanese back alleys, schoolyards, or inside magical barriers. A secret that must be kept quiet out of pure survival. Strange Fake throws that rule out of the window. Because we are in America now, and in America, they don't do subtle. It's a different kind of holy grail war, one that can be as loud, as stupid, and as cinematic as possible. It's A1 Pictures looking at Ufotable's work and deciding to flex on it. Now, I'll be honest, half the time I never really understood what exactly are these guys fighting for. But I watched this series for the same reason I watch fireworks. I don't really care about the chemical contents of the box, I just want to see the sky catch fire. And fireworks are temporary. They are a beautiful bright lie. And speaking of lies, Oshinoko returns on January 14th. If Fate is a blockbuster movie, this season, Oshinoko is a straight thriller. We are entering more serious arcs than usual. We're going a bit deeper than just showbiz drama and lighthearted theater plays. We're talking variety show manipulation. We're talking paparazzi destroying careers for a headline. And the main star? She gets a complete makeover. The last season left off with a pretty scary looking Ruby, and this season will show us what she's actually capable of. The game is finally clear to her, and she really needs to win. Trust me, you won't even recognize her. Now, zoom out and look at the board. Why is this happening? Why is the anime industry deciding to drop these nukes at the exact same time? It looks like a strategy shift. Just like Hollywood stopped making mid-budget comedies to focus on massive, high-attraction events, anime decided to focus on their own big guns as well. They don't want you to watch 10 different shows anymore. They want you to watch their show, buy their merch, and talk about them for 12 weeks straight. And while that's great for hype, it might kill literally everything else. Take the second season of Hell's Paradise. It's actually produced by MAPPA too, a dark fantasy about a ninja on a deadly island. This would be at least in top 5 discussion boards in most seasons. But in winter 2026, it's dead on arrival. Just another action show. Unfortunately, that's the only label it will have. So, is that it? Honestly, I don't blame you if you just bookmark cked and Frieren and call it a day. Like I said, it's a stacked season this time. But if you're like me and you get bored watching the same 5 shows as everyone else and you don't care about what's on the front page of TikTok, here are my 2 shows I'm watching that you should too. Let's start with something weird. This is a Darwin incident. I've read the manga and I'm telling you right now, it isn't trying to be an anime. If the adaptation is faithful to the source material, it's going to feel like an HBO drama written by a guy who really understands Missouri. The author, Shun Umezawa, has this uncanny grasp of Western storytelling. The dialogue isn't anime dialogue. It's dry and cynical. It captures that specific American tension about guns and polarization so well, you start wondering if the author grew up in the Midwest himself. And that realism makes the theme hit harder. While Frieren draws a clear, comfortable line between species, Darwin completely blurs it out. On the surface, it looks like a political thriller. You've got the Animal Liberation Alliance, the ALA, vegans who are portrayed almost like caricatures of domestic terrorists. It touches on racism, gun laws, the whole American bingo card. But don't get distracted by the politics. That's just the background noise. The real horror is Charlie. We expect the half-human character to be the bridge between us and the animals, like in the Kingdom of the Apes franchise. But look at how Charlie thinks. When Charlie frees a butterfly from a spider's web, he doesn't say, "I saved a life." He says, "I took its food away," referring to the spider. When students ask if he'd shoot a mouse carrying a deadly virus to save himself, he doesn't hesitate. He says yes. And then he adds, "I'd shoot you too if you were the one carrying the disease." Does that logic sound familiar? Hunter x Hunter fans, are you watching? If so, I have a question for you. Have you ever wondered what's on the other side of the coin? Because we might find out very soon. But look, I watch all kinds of shit. Not just philosophical thrillers about monkeys. I love romance too, with Kaguya-sama being my all-time favorite. And purely by coincidence, this season is dropping the one show that I consider to be its true spiritual successor. This is Tune In to the Midnight Heart. If you have been suffering from Kaguya-sama withdrawal, this is it. What I love most about Love is War was Shirogane, a kind-hearted tryhard that can't really try any less or he risks losing everything, but at the same time can't try any more or he will literally die. The protagonist in this one, Yamabuki Arisu, fits that exact president archetype. He is hyper-competent, overly serious, and actually uses his brain. The difference? Unlike Shirogane, this guy is loaded. But the hook isn't just the romance. You see, he's trying to find the voice of a girl named Apollo from his childhood among the broadcasting club members. It's the quintessential quintuplets meets a detective novel. In a season full of explosions and murder, this is the one show that feels like a classic high-tier anime rom-com. So, that is the problem at hand. Winter 2026 is a paradox. Big studios all fighting for your attention at the same time? Is this what it feels like to be a harem protagonist? But you aren't the main character. So, my advice? Don't try to watch them all. You will burn out by the 3rd week. This season wants you to pick a side. Are you here for the noise, the silence, or the monkey? Let me know in the comments what you're choosing. Personally, I'm gonna go fix my sleep schedule before January hits. See you then, and thanks for watching.